Rainier, your question about onsets is awesome. I love this question, and I love the opportunity to answer it even more than the question itself. First off, I'm just going to preface this by saying that I look a little bit like something the cat drug in because I've been riding my bike this morning. I'm getting some exercise so I can sing my onsets better. Now, it's easy to conclude that the onsets are only something that exists in the limited context of the Vocalist Studio, Robert's vocal training method and courses, because you're first introduced to the idea of onsets inside the course. So it's easy for people to sort of conclude, oh, that's just sort of a limited technique thing that I do in the 4 Pillars of Singing in Robert's training course. But it's not. And that's just the cool thing about the answer to your cool question, is that onsets exist in my training program with a deeper dive, actually, but onsets exist in all training, they exist in all singing, and they exist in speaking. Since I started this video to this moment in time right now, I've probably given you 200 onsets. Remember, the definition of an onset is only the start. It's just the beginning, okay? It's not the beginning, the techniques that work on the beginning inside Robert Lunte's training program. That's not the definition. The definition of onsets is the start of any phonation. So that could be training Robert Lunte's onsets in his training course. It could be training onsets in somebody else's training course where they don't do as much of a deep dive on onsets. It could be singing. It could be speaking right now. I did not invent onsets. I guess what I invented was a deeper dive in a more serious study of what onsets are and what they can do for you in the context of training. But I'm not the guy that created onsets. As long as human beings have been phonating and speaking, they've been giving onsets, right? And speech therapists and speech and language pathologist people are talking about onsets all the time in a different context, right? So anytime you start a phonation, it's an onset. Okay, now, what does that mean in regards to the training and all the other contexts? Well, if you're training the onsets with TVS, it does in fact mean that the onsets for your speaking would be better as well. So I hope that answers your question.